know what? We really didn't have any. That was more internal than it was external. Everybody that came, I remember Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, no, Scarlett Johansson, Scarlett Johansson, confident. She came in. She was very sweet. I should leave, actually. She was like, I wouldn't let anyone talk to me that way. So she was really confident. I remember being like, oh, wow, like such confidence, at 19. And then
and she told you what
they all.
She said to you, I wouldn't let anyone talk to me that way. Why? Because she heard someone talk to you a certain way.
Yeah.
See, getting good advice from Scarlett Johansson.
Listen, none of this stuff. Yeah, I think it was great advice from Scarlett Johansson. I think it was the best advice. No, everything was done very publicly. Like, it wasn't done just in the behind the scenes and just at midnight, It was in front of people. It was embarrassing. In front of people in the industry, and she was just one of those girls that was so confident. She was a superstar, so for her, she was just like, why are you letting anyone talk to you like that? She just had that confidence. And I remember being the same age as her and being like, wow, I want that. Like, she just had this, it was just intoxicating, this confidence of self-worth that I really felt like, this girl is powerful. She knows who she is, and she's not letting anyone mess with her. So she inspired me. Scarlett Johansson inspired me for sure. Maya was so sweet. One of the sweetest artists to work with. Carmen Electra, actually, super sweet too. Super sweet. And Britney, very sweet. So most of the women that came through, also Samir Armstrong, who was in the OC, she was very cool. We're actually still friends to this day. So
we love her.
Yeah, she's awesome. So there are a lot of, but most of the women that were part of, coming in and doing stuff was just, they knew who they were. They were talented in their own right, and they never we never experienced that. That was something that I think went to more of the internal side of the fence than anyone coming into that was from the outside. So believe it or not, you would think some of the superstars would be coming with like the attitude, but they actually came with a lot of grace. Yeah.
What about, because you've gone to the Grammys a lot, your career did go on. Why couldn't you work? You said you couldn't work for 3 years after, like, was that just because of a contract, or like people were badmouthed? Like, why couldn't you work for 3 years after?
Oh, no. This is contract. Yeah. There was things in a contract, like you can't, there's just things in a contract. And also, because my voice was a part of certain things that then came out and stuff like that. So you have, there's rules. But then once they had their second album, I then was free and clear. So
that's good. And you never, it must have been so bad, because look, Don't Ya was a huge freaking hit. You never looked back and said, "What? Just I should have endured that abuse. Just done whatever Robin said." Like, you never had that moment.
No. I had a lot of people say that to me, though. I had a lot of people say, "Oh my gosh, don't you wish that to you right now?" I had people say, "Oh, you should never have left," But what would it take? Let's think about it. What would it take if you were 21 to walk away from a $13 million record contract, your friends, your family, essentially, the people you work with every day, and the opportunity of a lifetime? Yeah. What would it take for you to walk away from that? How bad would it have to be? There's things that I can't publicly share, and I won't, because it's too much. And I think that at a later date, maybe, but I don't think I need to do that. I think I've expressed enough. Not this one, the next one. So, it would have to be pretty bad. It would have to be pretty bad for you to walk away from that. And I think, I just chose to be to my own drum. I don't believe in not being integrity driven in the workspace. And hey, if you fall in love with somebody and you're working with them, that's different. But if you're doing it to climb the ladder, like Nobody has time for all that. This is like, we're trying to build something huge. You know what I mean? And to be honest, the Pussycat Dolls really could have been the Spice Girls. The Spice Girls, you know, had how many albums? They had multiple, you know, Pussycat Dolls were like here and then gone. And now they're trying to do, you know, a comeback, which is awesome. Good on them. But the truth is like, it could have gone way further, is what I'm saying. It could have gone further. And I think that comes down to when you don't do something on solid ground, it's going to be shaky. You know, so that's just how I interpret it. But no, I don't regret any of the choices. I think I made the best choice for me. And, you know, if I could go back, I would do it all over again, because at the time it didn't make sense. And at the time I was very like, this is tough, you know? But now, with my career now, where I'm at now, you know, I'm really blessed, and I feel like really honored that God gave me the instinct and surrounded me with people like Scarlett Johansson to remind me of my value, and to remind me that, you know, I'm a singer